Thank you for holding, everybody. We're now joined with Todd Berry, the head coach of ULM. If you have a question for Coach Berry, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Coach, while we're waiting for questions to get in the queue, would you mind starting us off with a opening statement?
Yeah, we obviously disappointed. Played a pretty decent first half. Second half got away from us because of some turnovers. Special teams hurt us really for the first time this year and didn't make the plays on the special teams. Thought that Arkansas State did a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and we struggled a little bit with some of our young receivers in terms of making some adjustments in the passing game. But this off week should help us in terms of maybe gaining some health back and getting a couple of our receivers back, and so actually try to get healthy and move forward.
Thank you, Coach. And you talked a little bit about getting healthy. Do you think this bye week is going to kind of help you out, or you can just talk a little bit about maybe how you're going to work the schedule with the bye week?
Yeah, I think that probably the biggest thing for us is Duron Hammett, wide receiver, who's missed pretty the majority of the season this year, and which has been difficult on us in relation to some of the other receivers that have been out because he was kind of a go-to guy, and there's a chance that maybe we could get him back. We keep saying it every week, but we don't get him back, and then we need to get Rashawn Caesar a little healthier. He's continued to be kind of a go-to guy for us and was again this week, but he's a little bit banged up, so I'm kind of hopeful to get both those guys back. In relation to anybody else that's been injured, while it helps to clear out some of the bumps and bruises, the reality is we're not going to get any of those other guys back.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Tom Dorr, the Sunbelt Network. Please go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, Coach, just looking at where you are right now and what you got left and talking about bowl eligibility, where do you feel you guys are, and what if there's one magic wand that you could wave to kind of fix one thing to get back to a bowl game, what would that be?
Well, obviously there's very little margin for error for us right now. We know that as a football team. We knew that going into this last week against Arkansas State that we were going to have to play well to have a chance to win, and that was a key game for us. And now there's very little margin for error. I think that I was disappointed in the way that we played up front on both sides of the football, and congratulations to Arkansas State for kind of controlling the line of scrimmage. We thought that was going to be a significant, especially with some of the individuals that we have out at receiver right now. It's been a difficult season for us offensively. We didn't have the running backs early on, didn't have the quarterback mid-season, and now we've got 4 receivers out for the season and 2 other guys that are pretty nicked up and aren't playing at full speed. And I think one of the biggest problems we had this last week, and to Arkansas State's credit, we've got a bunch of young receivers out there, and it made it very difficult on Colton for 2 reasons. Number one is just we weren't taking care of the line of scrimmage, and the second part of it was we were not quite as refined at receiver in terms of adjusting routes and some of those things, and it created a lot of issues for us in terms of being able to run the football because we couldn't control the line of scrimmage, but also in the passing game, guys maybe not being kind of where they needed to be at the appropriate time. There's nothing that's going to cure that other than just Colton getting more reps with this young group of receivers that are out there.
And is there anything you can do this late in the season, anything you can change, anything you can, throw in new this late in the season to try and, get a little advantage going into that last game?
I don't know if there's anything big along those lines because, again, if we had maybe a little older group out at receiver, we could maybe do a few more things. Right now, they're still a lot of these guys weren't getting any repetitions early in the season because they were, third team and kind of buried down the depth chart. Some of them were scout team guys, and now I think for them, they're really just trying to get functional in the offense, so to speak, and so to try to all of a sudden throw something different at them, I don't think would be fair to them, and we just got to continue to try to grow them up and get them on the same pace as the quarterback.
Good deal. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Coach. That's all the questions we have for you today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Remember, we stand by. We'll have Joey Jones from South Alabama on shortly.